There. I'm going to catch up.
Hey, everybody. This is Doug from the Frog News Network. Welcome to the show. This is Mike Penny.
Hey.
Where are y'all watching us from? Happy Memorial Day to everybody. We're so thankful for the people, the soldiers that gave their life for our country, man. Ain't that right, Mike?
Absolutely. Charlie Brown, welcome from Happy Memorial Day, good sir, from North
Stanford,
Carolina.
North Carolina. Welcome to the show. Jersey, welcome to the show, Mike.
Beverly from Ramon Dulio. I'm not sure I said that right. Wisconsin and Michigan in the house as well. Welcome.
Our numbers ain't going to be as high. We're just broadcasting on the Frog News Network tonight. We are trying some new strategies. Indianapolis in the house. Tennessee in the house. Welcome to the show.
Glassboro, New Jersey, and Booneville, Kentucky. Welcome.
Booneville, they make Boone's Farm there. When I was a kid, we drank in Florida in the house.
Boston, Massachusetts, and Valdosta, Georgia.
Hamilton, New York, and Rio Grande Valley.
Rock Hill, South Carolina, Virginia, Seattle, Washington, and good old Gitmo joining us again tonight.
Knoxville, Tennessee in the house.
Fort Worth, Texas in the house.
Another Texas in the house.
South Central Nebraska. You're hanging with Doug and Mike on the Froggy News Network.
Arlington, Texas. Statesville, North Carolina in the house.
Charlotte, North Carolina in the house.
Parkersburg, West Virginia in the house.
Springfield, Ohio. Navy and Army veterans. Southeastern. I missed the rest of that. Thank you for your service.
Louisiana in the house. Tennessee in the house. Michigan in the house. Welcome to the show. You're live with Mike and Doug on the Frog News Network.
Germantown, Maryland. St. Paul, Minnesota, and Fredericksburg, Texas.
Louisiana in the house. Palm Beach in the house. Florida.
Goose Creek, something or other.
Tampa in the house.
Yakima, Washington. I think that's what it said.
Texas in the house. Fayetteville, Arkansas in the house. Alexandria, Louisiana. Mike.
West Dundee, Illinois, and happy Memorial Day from Lapel, Indiana. Happy Memorial Day to you as well, dear.
Happy. Everybody cook out today? I didn't.
I did.
Did you?
Big old brisket and burnt ends. Whoa,
I love me some burnt ends now, but I'm going to get me some chicken fried steak come Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
No.
Ocala, Florida, and Canada in the house. Flashbang and Bob Marley in the house.
Naples, Florida in the house. In-N-Out Burger in the house. Raleigh, North Carolina. I'll be down Raleigh Way Wednesday visiting Mike. We're going to have a powwow down in North Carolina.
East Tennessee and Philadelphia, PA, and New Jersey beaches.
Pine Tree State. Austin, Texas in the house.
Guadalupe in the house.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
Yes, sir.
Highland Branch, Beach, Florida in the house.
4 generations served all the way from Mississippi in the house. Rose Allen, thank you, and all 4 generations.
Oklahoma, North Dakota in the house. Y'all be chipping that mountain down and get that face just right of 45 on side of the mountain, because it's happening, dude. Happy Memorial Day. Go ahead from Connecticut.
All right, Lake Norman, North Carolina in the house.
In that little bit?
No, it's Casey Pete. Jim Thorpe.
Land of Lincoln.
Jim Thorpe from Pennsylvania.
Louisiana. I love it.
Lulu from Quebec, Canada. Lulu, welcome.
Lulu likes grapes. Hello from Salt Springs, Florida.
Holt, Michigan, and Asheboro, North Carolina in the house.
What's happening, folks? What's happening?
Hazlet, Texas, and Clayton, North Carolina in the house. Kim Stevenson.
Fort, North Carolina. Little bit says, I'm on. Y'all just must have ended your show then. I was on there. Y'all didn't even recognize me. I felt left out.
Texas in the house. We love Doug and Mike. We love you too, Texas.
All right. We love Texas. I love the food down Texas, and everything's big in Texas.
Yes.
Been to San Antonio a lot, Hondo, Texas, been to Dallas, been to the Boulder when it wasn't cool. Well, it ain't cool to be there.
Swampland, Michigan,
Are
Tennessee
you
in the
watching the recount?
house.
Can you see it from your house?
The Orange, Virginia here.
Wisconsin in the house.
Albemarle, North Carolina.
I hear you. Welcome to
love
the
you
show.
back.
We're live with Mike and Doug. Rock
Knoxville,
on.
Tennessee.
You see
Macon,
I'm wearing my
Georgia.
shirt, right?
Yes, sir. I like it, that shirt too. We're going to talk about saving the kids here in a few minutes.
If I can get it off, see.
Sweet, sweet.
I got accused of copying somebody else's shirt, but his says "Save the Kids," and I'm pretty sure he don't own the rights to save the children.
No,
Oh, Kentucky!
Kentucky now, Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Big show tomorrow night, guys. Ooh.
Yes. Hello from
Ooh.
Massachusetts. Hello. Chilly,
when you
froggy
get-
coast of California.
People think I just got a chance to control the Telegram group. I don't deal with it. I got 10 moderators. Don't Telegram me and ask me why you got thrown out.
Maryland
I'm
and Granite Falls, North Carolina.
Save the children. Don't forget, guys, I'll put the link in there in a minute, and you could go over and buy shirts. Yep.
Vancouver, Washington. Welcome.
wait,
You're
matter
live
of
with Doug and Mike.
That's right. Call a few more out. I'm going to grab this link real quick.
Hello and happy Memorial Day from Maryland. Yeah, happy Memorial Day, Maryland. Fort Pierce, Florida. And let's start the show, they said. Summit, Mississippi joining
I
us.
think some of these
Powell,
people need to
Tennessee.
start their own show. Here's the
Clyde.
link for the search, guys. Save
It's
the children.
Clyde.
Plenty more in there.
It's Clyde from Indiana. Fort
All right.
Myers,
There's the
Florida.
link. There's the link. There's the link to the T-shirts. If y'all want to buy some T-shirts like that right there, they look pretty nice. They sure do.
The
All
North
right.
Carolina foothills.
We got look at 1 more minute on call outs and then we'll start the show.
Alabama.
It won't the chat won't be near as fast tonight because we're only broadcasting on one channel, guys. So it won't be no 17,000 people on here. Probably just 5, 6, 7, something like that. You got to
Oh,
understand
you
it's
might
the
be
end of the
surprised.
weekend.
You
It's
might-
the end of the weekend. United States
Chambersburg,
Coast Guard
PA.
family from Michigan. Welcome to the show. You're live with Mike and Doug. Love you. We love you back. We love you back. We love you back.
Indiana in the house.
Roll Tide Roll.
Australia in the house.
Is that my buddy? Nope, it's not. I got Intel guy working in Australia, mate. My brother from down under.
Martinsville, Virginia in the house.
A good track.
Salem,
Best
New
track in
Hampshire.
NASCAR right there. 5.7. I got 6,100 here.
Froggen from
6,200.
Greenville, North Carolina. Sweet, sweet Diana. Dirty Jersey in the house.
Dirty Jersey.
Cleveland, North Carolina in the house. And Mount Orab, Ohio.
Scottsdale, Pennsylvania in the house.
Columbia in the house. West Virginia in the house.
North Carolina in the house. Hello from New York.
New York.
How you doing up there anyway, huh?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Hello from Kentucky.
Chick, California in the house.
All right, all right, all right. Let's get ready to start the show. Indian
All
Head, Canada. I ain't even trying to say that tongue twister. Is there going to be a blackout? They got one questions. I don't know what we got, but
We'll do questions in a little bit, guys.
All right, Mike, go.
All right, so guys, it's been a day to remember.
Yes, let's not
they-
forget that.
They played it out in the media that, you know, of course, the wonderful Flashbang and Bob Marley just asked everybody to enjoy the long weekend while the 19 crowd and all his followers, you know, celebrated Memorial Day the way we're supposed to, and that's representing with the vets.
Absolutely. You know, they didn't even want to grant them the pass to have Rolling Thunder this year,
Yep.
and they still can't. You can't stop all them patriots, man. You're not gonna stop them. 55,000 motorcycles in DC.
No,
I've done it before on my Harley. It's amazing, but it's a long wait. They wouldn't even let them be in the Pentagon parking lot this time. They had to go to RFK and stage. That's just sorry, man. We've been staging in the Pentagon parking lot for 20 years.
Brian Sullivan, thank you for your service.
My kids had school today? Really? Oh, love and peace. I clicked on it. There it is. Boom. It ain't moving that fast. And I get you. If you act up tonight, it ain't moving that fast. Bless the vets. God bless all the vets. We owe our freedom to vets.
Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. And,
Army veteran sniper here.
We're gonna
thank you for your service, sir.
Yes. Please keep calling yourself out and let us know you're in there. If you're a vet,
yes, please. If you're a veteran and you serve, please let us know.
The Marlon Saley, thank you for your service, sir. United States Marine Corps.
Some gay ball. We are free because of the brave. God bless our veterans, our military, and our families. They sacrificed for our freedom. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you. That gave me goosebumps. Right,
Alfonso, thank you for your service. Yes,
has Doug been drinking? Doug don't drink. I get high off of life, guys.
Your grandfather fought in World War II. God bless him, and thank you.
I'm on 2 hours sleep too.
Guys, thank all the mom and dads that created kids that are willing to fight for this and lay their life down for us as well.
Mike 4843, thank you for your service, sir. God bless our vets. Absolutely, 110%. Got here. You like my shirt? Here's the link to buy one. Go and get you one. Get some.
Jim in the Army vet. Jim, thank you for your service. Vietnam vet. Thank
United
you for
States
your service.
Air Force. Jimmy, thanks for your service, sir.
United States Navy here. Harold, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Both of my uncles are vets. My grandsons, to all of them, are Marines. Thank you for everybody's service and your family. God bless every one of you.
Navy for 7 years, 3 years in the Army, and I didn't get the rest of it, but thank you so much for your service.
Mike has asthma. What else do you want to be, his doctor? I had a pimple on my nose and I was dying of cancer.
I tell you what I really think it is, guys. And I've had this thought for the last few days, and let me throw a monkey wrench in the asthma thought process.
Let me find this person I'm getting ready to throw out. Here they are.
I got that swab stuck in my throat.
In your brain.
Yeah. About 7 times.
Wow.
Since it came out. And I really think there's something there going on with that.
They implanted you with the beast. Are you glowing in the dark? Do you suddenly stop moving and just stare for 10 minutes at a time? Does magnets stick to the side of your body? Can you get the ring off that finger? These are questions we need to know. Without soap. I think Mike has Semitic toxins and he's fighting it. He's got the X39 patch. I've got to tell y'all about
the systemic toxins from,
and it's going to get the anti-whatever at him. He just got to keep taking
the chemo.
The
systemic toxins are from the chemo.
North Carolina in about another month.
The systemic toxins are from chemo. That's absolutely right.
Mike fought cancer and won. God bless him.
God won.
That's it. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you this little story, and I'll share this with you. And this is just my feeling. You know, every time I watch one of these advertisements on TV, whether it be on TV, whether it be on a video on YouTube or Facebook, and it's about our military coming home and surprising their children or vice versa. If that don't make you tear up, you don't have a tear rolling down your eye, you're probably living in the wrong country. These people fight for our freedom. They're away from their children. It makes me cry every time. I've seen handlers, their dogs trying to dig under the tombstones so they can be back with their handlers because they love them. And you know, if that doesn't touch your heart, you're just in the wrong place. You probably need to go live somewhere else beside the United States of America. You're not a patriot. You don't care about this country. Far as that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? That stuff makes me tear up every time, Mike. Every time.
Yes, sir. It All right, so
they are my heroes. They're my heroes too.
That's right. God bless you. Doug, give Mike a patch. Got a couple of patches on. Scott
Let
McKay
me tell you a
said,
funny story. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story about the patches right now. You would think Doug's got crack at his house because somebody come by today. I need 6 right now. I said, it don't come like that. You got to buy a sleeve up. No, just give me 6. So I gave him 6. Then the guy come by. How many's left in there? He said, I'll buy a whole sleeve. I told him the price is, whoa, let me just get 15. I said, you just want a half? So I sold half a sleeve for $80. I got the good stuff. Come on, get it. I'm telling you guys right now, the X39 is the hottest thing out here. And bear with me a minute because I'm about to show you the video. Here you go.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
All right, we're back.
All right.
If anybody sent you here to see that video, get back with them. Also, you can get in touch with us in the Telegram chat. We're going to try to promote it a little bit more for the people that sign up with us now, as opposed to taking all the links and taking all the customers. So if somebody sent you here to watch that video and watch us, get back in touch with them. Our link will be in the Telegram group if you're looking for it. It's at the top, pinned to the top. Also with the T-shirts and the link on how to order them. Jeff sent me a message. I sent him a link. I don't know if he's coming on or not, but he's got some intel.
We got some intel too. First, we want to talk about narrative. Okay.
Okay.
Tonight, we're going to talk about narrative. Okay. Everybody knows that Scott McKay said the CDC was nothing more than a vaccine company, which is very true. Okay. We've known it all along. We just haven't clearly stated it like Scott did. Okay. We are all clearly stating it now. The CDC is nothing more than a vaccine company, an evil one at that. All right. With that being said, rumor has it that Trump has signed a cease and desist order for the jab. Okay. So the plot is definitely thickening on the jab front. All right.
As the jab turns.
As the jab turns.
So yeah, go ahead, Mike.
All right. So the rest of the narrative is boiling down to Jenna Ellis said at the beginning of the weekend or sometime early Saturday, I think it was, that it was all about 2024 for Trump for 19 and it, can't be reinstated, yada, yada, yada. It was a bunch of bull malarkey. They are just saying those things to distance themselves and Trump. It's plausible deniability from the things that are getting ready to go down. And every time they say it, Flynn said it, Jenna said it. Every time Flynn said again, there's no plan. He said this Saturday with right side Doug Billings. There's no plan. There's no coup. There's no yada, 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 yada. We were all crazy. Anyway.
Nobody's wearing a mask.
Yeah. So, she hasn't revealed herself. She's doing it as part of the way they're trying to lead the narrative to keep 19 distant from everything that's getting ready to happen. Okay. And guys, the more they do it, the closer we are. And that's one thing you need to realize. I mean, Jenna did it. If you'll read carefully the statement that she put out there, they're getting ready to take the GOP down, the remaining faction of the shitty ass GOP that's left up there, pretending to be in Congress. Okay. So those things are about to happen. All right. Flynn doing it is because he is over the Q army, guys, and they've set Q up. The news media has set Q up to be some kind of insurgency when it's really just a counterinsurgency. Okay. The plot is just thickening more and more when it comes to narrative. And the thing you have to do is be able to read between the lines a little bit, use some discernment, the gift of God. Discernment is a gift from God. Use some discernment and understand exactly what's going on. Don't fear and don't panic when you see things like that. All right.
Sorry, I'm trying to find Rachel, and it ain't from Friends. She's a troll, but 50 people have told me I haven't seen Rachel yet. But keep going, Mike.
Okay, so the narrative continues that Arizona is going to blow up here shortly, and it's the first domino in the deck. Okay, it's the first domino in the deck. All right, they're also adding to the narrative about how many counties are actually involved in the corruption that was caught during the sting operation November 3rd, 2020, because we can't call it an election. It was nothing more than a sting operation. They knew in 2018 exactly what was going to happen because they watched it happen in 2018. And they kept their mouth shut. And because of the secret pardon that Biden gave on the way out of the office, they had to commit the crimes again under Trump. And that's why they did the sting operation on November 3rd, to allow them to commit those crimes again. Excuse me.
We got Jeff in the back office whenever you
okay. Bring him on, and I'll be finished. I'll wrap it up. Okay. You stuck a microphone in his face.
Look, he got a microphone tonight.
Okay. So, guys, when you talk about narrative, you have to understand it's multifaceted. It's also international. It's not just national. Okay, when I say international, you'll be surprised to learn some things, and I'm thinking Jeff might share something here with you in just a few minutes that are going on around us and around the world that involve us. Okay, not just the cabal doing evil, shitty things in our name, But and we're gonna save a little piece of it for later, but we're gonna let Jeff talk here in just a second, if you don't mind. But there's a very important piece that I want to talk about tonight, and it's very it's emotional. Okay, it's very emotional, and it has to be talked about, guys. We have to start talking about it more and more. Okay, so Jeff, man, what kind of
He
surprises
was
have you
hitting
got?
me in the chat. He had something. He had got a little something.
Yeah, so happy
Step up to
Memorial
the
Day to you
microphone.
guys.
There you go.
There you go. How's that? A little bit better. So Russia dropped 3 bombs today.
What?
Sergei Lavrov went out into TASS news agency, and you can read everything about it at tass.ru.
Where
So-
did they drop them bombs?
No, not physical. What Russia's about ready to do.
Moabs, or Moabs, mother
Yeah.
of all bombs, incoming.
Big.
Oh.
So the first thing Sergei Lavrov put out is Russia is now disconnected from SWIFT. They are no
Completely.
longer on the petrodollar. They've moved to gold.
That would be the start of QFS.
That was the first bomb. The second bomb.
So, Jeff, before you go into that second bomb,
Yep.
so what I'm hearing is, regardless of what else is going on, Russia's determined to move forward with the QFS.
Correct. They are done with the Federal Reserve.
Sweet.
And they put out that if you have to wire money to Russia, you have to go through a third party.
Wow.
So that,
But they're
that
not
was
clearing any money from SWIFT at
Correct.
this time.
correct.
Wow, that is huge.
The second one is about January 6th. They are going to go to the United Nations, and they are going to ask the United Nations to sanction the United States for holding 400 people in prison without due process against our Constitution and against the Nuremberg Code.
Ooh,
That's the second bomb he dropped. The third one,
Oh, there's a bonus.
yes, is the plane that was grounded in Belarus.
Yes.
Levchenko was flown to Moscow for security reasons. There was a coup attempt by the DS to take out Levchenko. The
Wow.
United States passed that information on to the KGB, who then took it to Putin. And it was a favor that was in return for the football that was given to Trump at the G7. And that football had some information in it on some flash drives that helped the United States in their corruption, because they were getting tired of the Hillary, Russia.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
That's some bombs right there.
So,
Frogonites.
Yep,
So
and
I-
that's all on TASS News, TASS.ru. They just
Wow.
released it.
all right. So I'm going to add a little bit to it that I just got. Sherry Goodman posted this tweet just a little while ago. This is a tweet by DC Insider, guys. And she posted actually 2 days before this particular tweet, 2 days before January 6th, which shows without doubt the Capitol riot was an inside job. Okay. It says Pantifa, okay, and Black Lives Matter. Okay, and I'm saying that different because I don't want us to get in trouble for saying it the right way. Okay.
Absolutely.
DC branches are already busing people in to disturb January 6th. Orders given to dress like MAGA behind and blend in cause trouble, especially around cameras. At night, arson has been ordered, all to be blamed on 19 supporters attending. Please be careful. All right, so that tweet was buried, obviously, and it was saved by several patriots, and then now it's become pertinent again.
Wow.
This news about what happened January 6th may be tired news for some of you. It shouldn't be. We are waist neck deep in the results of this coup. Don't be willing to accept what took place through fraudulent criminal means to become a new normal, or we will lose our country for sure. Don't be complacent. Stay alert. Stay active. We must take our country back. Those who are now in control are demolishing it. The Memorial Day, this Memorial Day, remember, freedom has never been free. We have fought and died for it. We must be willing to continue doing that. All right, and that's from a military person.
Okay, I got a little intel right here. It says the U.S. to hold military tribunals, and I hope I say this right, Terra del Fuego. It's somewhere over on the other side of the world because Guantanamo's base full. They got no more room for tribunals there. There's no more room up in Greenland. There's no more room. So they're taking them over to, it's over near Argentina. It says U.S. military Navy Judge Advocate General Corps has established a new venue to hold military tribunals, deep state players whose names appeared on sealed documents. Some of these people are actors that are going over there and they're having tribunals, believe it or not. Actors that you would know, well, singers. Lady Gaga is one of them that's going on trial. We never knew if that was, well, if it went to the vet, we could get an answer whether it was male or female. Robert De Niro's there, and a couple of other Hollywood stars are starting their tribunals there very shortly. I don't want to read the whole article, but that's where it went with that. There was some more stuff, but I seem to have lost it. So go ahead, guys.
All right. So the Russia news is pretty huge, Jeff. And thank you for sharing that with us. And let's read between the lines a little bit of what we hear. In plain English, the number 2 thing you said was that Nassara is moving forward in Russia. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Putin Putin come out and said he's done with the games. And that was last week. And I took that as something different. And then Lavrov come out today in open media in Russia and said we're disconnected from the SWIFT.
Yeah.
All right. So
and I have a brother from down under, and he's convinced that the switching over there tomorrow. They've got letters mailed to them from the bank. Wealth managers. Who does that? Why would you need a wealth manager in Australia? He seems to think that the exchange is going to be tomorrow there for your currency.
Oh, they're saying in the chat about Monkey Works debunking the Terra del Fuego.
That's a base that Obama built. If you want to read up on it before you try to debunk it, so drone assassination.
Tierra del Fuego, what he was referring to was the prison facility that's there, which is on the video he showed. He did a Google Earth view. That is correct. It's a small prison facility. That doesn't mean that they can't hold a tribunal in Tierra del Fuego and fly them elsewhere.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't mean that they're going to be housed there. You have to understand, if things play out the way it looks like it's playing out, these judges in the Judge Advocate Corps are going to have a lot of places to go to run these tribunals. So just having Gitmo, and you can look at a Google Earth map and look over the last 5 years how much Gitmo has expanded.
From the earth,
they're not,
you can't see underground. It's probably grown underground as well.
So it is, what he is saying is true, but what Doug is also saying, there is some validity to that there are tribunals going on places you wouldn't even think about. That's why he's reporting on all these planes flying all over the place. It makes no sense.
Guys, a lot of these planes are landing long enough to shove people into these tribunals in hangars. Okay. We're talking about under the oak tree. We're talking about wherever they can set up a legitimate tribunal and make it take place in a timely fashion and do their business and move on.
Absolutely. So what was I about to say? I forgot already. I'm getting old.
No, you can't debunk tribunals at the White House either, because they did happen. There was a video posted in the Telegram group today, guys. The young lady was very forthright in saying that she testified over 100 times at the White House in military tribunals against the Biden administration and Biden himself on all those involved in that evilness that's up there. So,
yeah. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, Jeff, I don't know if you heard or not, we got Chris Sky on the show. He's like the Scott McKay of Canada. He can let us know what's going on up there. They've really, really suffered up in Canada. They've been put a lot of hardship up there. You know what I mean? As far as the lockdowns they had, were nothing. I mean, we had nothing compared to what they had up there. They were under. It was like Nazi Germany up there.
how many's on, Doug?
It is
11,000. We'll just stream into one channel tonight, guys. We're on the Frog News Network. We're not on Doug Kuzma. We're going to alternate each night that we're on. That way, and to make sense of it, is if we take a hit, both channels don't get hit.
All right, so Jeff, can you
like war.
Jeff, you talked about the sanctions against the U.S. for the 400 prisoners held. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well,
paint us a bigger picture, if you don't mind.
Okay, so in the beginning, when I first come on the show, I had told you guys about some of the protocols that happened on January 6th where Secret Service drops in that. So that information goes into DNI. And so there has been over 400 people. Now, this is according to Sergei Lavrov. Because they are putting this out because they see that our media is lying. And right now, to be honest with you, I never thought I'd say this, but I would believe the Russian media right now over the U.S. media. They have nothing to lose in this game. Nothing.
That's the exact distinction I was looking for. I was hoping that was there, Jeff. Thank you so much. Yeah. Guys, did you hear what he just said? He just dropped a Moab himself, okay? And it makes perfect sense, okay? If you go research it yourself, you'll find it, okay? Because it's out there. There are media outlets all over the world who are outraged at the U.S. media outlet, okay? Outraged, okay? Doug's got some video of China that he can show you that they will never play on U.S. media, but China wants it played because they want to blame somebody for it.
Yeah, it's flooding over there really bad in Wuhan. Cars are floating down the streets, tornadoes everywhere. I didn't download it, but I certainly can play it if you want me to play it, Mike. But
No,
I don't want to get taken down for playing that video. Do you know what I mean?
We'll put it in a Telegram group.
Yeah, because we got to basically, guys and girls, what's happening now is we're really being guarded with the 2 channels that we have because we've reached so many people. We're going to be guarded. More information will be let out in our Telegram group. We're going to tighten up a little bit here and not talk about certain things, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about a lot of intel. And we're currently rebuilding the website to where we can stream directly to the website. That should be in the next week or 2. I have one of the top people in the business rebuilding it, so it's going to look really, really nice. And I appreciate my buddy Ken. Anyways,
So Nelly, to jump on your conversation, she asked about can I elaborate on what 19 or 45 is doing and saying about African Americans on history. Guys, the Tuskegee folks took a big hit from Biden this week rather. Okay. And there are some narratives starting up about African American history. That's because a certain percentage of people, I'm not going to say African Americans because I don't know. Okay. But a certain percentage of people do believe Trump is a racist from what the U.S. media has painted him as. Okay. And it's a narrative, again, that has no wherewithal or meaning except for those people who believe it. All right. So a lot of that stuff's going to come to a point here as well, because we have to unite. We cannot continue to be divided. Not in the least can we be divided. But I do know that 19 has asked that he handle that narrative that you're asking about, Nelly, so that he can clear not only his name, but the good name of the United States, or the good name of America along with it.
So, Jeff, Mike talked about this a little while back, but could you elaborate on all the subs that are off the coast of the United States, East and West Coast, and Hawaii at the present time, and what countries they're from?
Okay, so what was it, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about all the P3s and the sub hunters that were off the coast of Florida. So the way it works is, like when I was doing direct support out of Pearl, the skipper would be told where they're going and what the operation is. And then we would basically tell the skipper where to put the boat that's safe for the crew. And we would start doing what we do. So at any time during this evolution, nobody knows where our subs are at. They have a general idea. A submarine, basically, they call it the top 15 and the bottom 15. If safe for the crew, they put up the periscope and they receive messages from the satellite. So that kind of lays a little bit of groundwork on why all these P3s were out in the drink. So if there was an operation, and I believe that there are a lot of submarines from Russia off both of our coast and in Hawaii. Now, if the United States, they would tell them directly, but it would be so compartmentalized. We would have to basically ask Russia, or Russia would offer us help in basically protecting our shores, because some intelligence agency may have heard that, hey, there may be a false flag attack, or there may be a real attack, or if the reports are true that there are CCP troops to the north of us that's been reported, then that would lay a little bit of credence to these subs being off our coast. Now, for about a week now, these P3s and sub hunters haven't been seen active off our coast. So that tells me that once they found them and reported it to the Atlantic Fleet or to ComSubPac, they were given the, okay, you found them, good job, now leave them alone. That would be my assessment, because if the United States knew that these forces weren't to be off our coast, they wouldn't be there. They would.
Now these planes, what's the name of the planes that can see subs in the water?
P3 Orions. Basically, what they do is they drop sono buoys. They're like canisters,
Right. Yeah.
drop them in the water. They transmit, and basically what it does is it sends out a ping, and when it bounces off, it reports back to the plane. And there's some other equipment that's.
So let me run this by you.
Mm-hmm.
Now that them planes, they could be used not only to find Russian and Chinese subs, they also could be used to find the subs that traffic the children, couldn't they?
Correct.
I
Correct.
think that's some of
Now-
that happened. We know that them planes also found kids in tunnels in Tennessee, and overland in North Carolina. Them
Yeah.
planes have found a lot of children.
Yeah, and how I, on my first run, boat run, which was on a sub, I found something that was pretty huge, and everybody thought I was a wackadoodle. And I took the information to the skipper in his stateroom and said, look, we got to head south so we can get a message off to ComSubPac, which is Commander of Pacific Fleet Forces. Something that I found didn't add up in the United States. Either they knew it existed, and this is using tunnels to launch submarines
Right.
in a specific country. And when after we transmitted that message, an hour later, we got our response back, and they launched a lot of stuff based on this. And it's kind of how I made my mark in that arena. And it was dumb luck. It's not
Right.
something
Right.
that I was, I found it, good job. No, it was stupid luck that I found it, just because I was bored and I was spinning the dial and trying to find something cool to listen to.
Well, Jeff,
And
in this day and
Yep.
time, would you say that we know that Russia practices communism and don't live the same as we do in our country, but
Correct.
they don't pose the threat? Would you say that China does at this time? They're a little more friendly to us than China. Wouldn't you agree?
yes,
They've
Yeah.
actually helped us in the last few years with things, and the fake news media wouldn't want you to know any of that. That's why they try to turn everything upside down. Russia's really not against us. Actually, I think that 45 actually got along with him. They're both a little arrogant, so they probably would like each other, kind of, in my opinion. Not that he's a good guy. I'm not putting a tag on him that says Putin's a good guy, because he's ex-KGB. He's killed
Right.
many people. Do you know what I mean? But
Right.
he's very manly, and you know how he is. You know, he
well,
don't take any crap
yeah,
off anybody.
and I can tell you one thing: he is a very, very devout Christian, and he will tell you. I mean, they have the, trying to think. I know they don't call them cardinals, but he meets with the head of the Christian community all the time. And one thing that I'm quite certain that pisses him off is the trafficking of children.
Yeah, I think that's
And-
why he joined the team, to fight against this.
Yeah,
most
and I'm
complicit
pretty
in what you paid in.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
that
there's one thing that Putin fears in all his masculinity, and that is God. And he said
Yes.
that he has said that on a public stage. Okay, and he meant it, guys. You could see the chills come over him when he said it.
Yeah.
He doesn't hide the fact of the, and we can say this on the show, UFOs. They're getting ready to release a big report next month. Why would you think they're getting ready to release a report on UFOs? They're trying to get you used to the fact that they exist. They've been here since the start of time. You don't think they carved them all into the Egyptian mountains and in the pyramids because they didn't exist. They've been here the whole time. And now that when they finally come out with the fact that they exist, everybody said it. You're about to see a lot more of them, and you're about to find out that we have anti-air gravity aircraft that looks just like UFOs that we've had for 25, 30 years now. And we've never been to the moon in a rocket, okay? We might have got there in that anti-gravity device, though, and it probably doesn't take very long. Anybody that thinks we went to the moon on a rocket, the masks really work.
right.
Somebody
That's just my
somebody
opinion.
said something very important, that you have to know that Russia was a godly nation 600 years before America was
Well,
even
weren't they
thought of.
Roman Catholic back in the day?
Yes.
Orthodox. Yeah.
Orthodox Catholic.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. And
So
I'm sure when before the G7, when Trump invited Putin there, unannounced to everybody, these two had a very, very, very long conversation. That's why they kept wanting Trump to release the phone call transcripts between him and Putin, because they knew what Putin had. And Putin had information from the 2016 election where they tried to cheat, but they didn't think Trump was going to get as many votes as he did. And prior to that, because how many times has the United States tried to run a coup inside Russia? Because I can remember several times where Putin got on TV and said, "Don't try that shit here."
They don't play with terrorists.
No.
They don't play with none of that. You see how they treat terrorists? They just kill everybody.
Yeah, no do Rusk. Yeah, they gassed them all.
and guys, Putin
Sorry
does,
for your bad luck.
Putin
You're
does
an
those things.
initiator.
Putin and both 19 and Putin both do these things so boldly and say these things so boldly because they know the gateway to heaven, and that's through repentance. Okay?
And you know that it's going to start getting hot because the New York Times, this was it Friday, disassociated themselves from, was it Axios or what, their flame-throwing arm of their news media. They just said, yeah, we're done with you guys. So, yeah, the fireball's coming. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to come, we're seeing the drip, drip, drip. And now we're going to start sucking from a fire hose, and people are going to be in disbelief. When you have, Modi, how is it that all of a sudden Modi has complete control over code C-19? And, oh, wait, maybe that's because Putin is sending HQ, whatever it was, to Modi, because Russia is, because look at the numbers in Russia. They're not reporting it because they don't exist.
HQ is on demand in both countries now.
And
I got intel today that Nehu is on his way out. They overturning the election on him.
Netanyahu, yes.
Yeah.
Nehu. I'm sorry, I never pronounce it. It's
Yeah,
like
BV.
trying to say the country he's from. I just can't get it to come out of my mouth.
BV, yeah, BV.
Yep. And
So what one person we're missing from all this, and that's G. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Biden, I mean not Biden, but excuse me, 19, Putin, Modi, and Xi are biggest part or the biggest head of the alliance that is taking this cabal down. On the earth part, okay, you will see the hand of God swoop over the earth here soon. And that's when the miracles will start happening and this stuff will change.
Let me say
Yeah.
this. If
Yep.
Putin ever meets with Biden, which I don't think he will, he'll make the biggest fool out of him, and he might even slap his ass. I'm saying he's going to make the biggest fool out of him because he made a fool out of him when he mentioned his name one time. He just played him off like he was nothing. And if he thinks he's going to have a meeting with him, it's going to be the meeting that'll be the end of him. I'm pretty sure.
Well, and I'm pretty certain even if that meeting would happen, are they going to do it within the United States? Because doesn't look like Biden's allowed to leave the country.
Or he's not allowed to leave the senior living center without milk and cookies.
Yeah, he just escorted Rachel to mommy's basement.
Somebody got her. I mean, I've been trying to
somebody
find
got her.
Rachel.
Somebody
I've been trying to find her. Been like a worrisome fly in my house.
And you know, here's the other interesting thing. No one has heard from Kim Jong-un.
Well, the word I got is he's actually dead, and somebody's playing him too, and his sister's actually in charge. But we have full control over that country.
Yeah, we do have full control over it, and it's not the black hat control that once was there.
It's a white hat control.
Yes. Right. I don't know about his living or dying. The thing you have to understand is, guys, the narrative is out there that Kim Jong-un is going to nuke us all, you know, and that's the narrative. But that's what they've been telling us for years, and it's believed. Tell a lie long enough, and it's believed. Mockingbird Media.
Absolutely, it's what they did in World War II. They just kept screaming through the bullhorns. Your country hates you. Just give up. It's just a new way of doing it with the news, right? It's the same thing. It's propaganda.
Yeah, and this was sent to me at 1:06 today. So the government arm of the Chinese news media had released a statement that if the United States investigates Wuhan, then the United States should prepare for an attack.
Well, I can say this: they'll find out what the wrath of God is pretty quick if they decide to do that.
They're already finding out.
If I showed you live pictures, not live pictures, but recorded pictures, which we'll put in the Telegram group of what's actually going in Wuhan, you can't even go walk your dog. You need a submarine over there to walk outside your house. Cars are floating down the streets. Tornadoes are going off. It's been torrential rain. I think it's actually let up today and yesterday, but there's a bunch of storms right behind it again. I think what they want to do before they shoot the wrath of God at the dam is make it look like it was natural as opposed to something that hit it like a nuclear weapon to get it to fall. And from what I can see, it's damn close to falling over there. It's awful. The amount of rain and tornadoes and just torrential rain for weeks or months over there. They have a rainy season, but it's come early and it's never, ever, ever been like this. Buildings are on fire and people are walking down the street like it happens every day. It's the craziest thing you ever seen.
Yeah, I seen that video footage where that whole structure caught on fire.
Yes.
I mean, that was crazy. And they're just standing there watching it like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But and I think before if it isn't already down, the Three Gorges, one thing that I'm sure that everybody will want is to get everybody out of that region as possible, because when that joker breaks
50 million, they said estimate, probably more than that.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are. You don't want to see that kind of loss of life.
Some of this is prelim to getting those people out of there. You know, I mean, they can't help but evacuate the area as devastated as it is. The the thing is, guys, is that kind of devastation is going on in China. Just imagine the same kind of devastation that's going on the border. I'd like to talk about that for a little bit now,
Yep.
if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The young lady I watched in the Telegram group on video this morning, and we checked the source links to the video to make sure it wasn't faked or anything like that. Spoke of how Biden had sexually assaulted her for decades and sex trafficked her in his own circle of criminality. All right, and how she testified to that. How the fake Biden came into the tribunal with, and she could not point him out because she did not want to commit perjury. So they figured it out without her telling them, and the prosecutors then had her pick out Biden on video of her with her and pointed out that way. And she testified over 100 times. But the story she told about what was going on the border is what was significant as well to me. Okay. Biden is a sick devil. You got that right. But what she told, the story she told that was going on in the border is that she volunteered to be on an extraction team for these children that are being sex trafficked. Okay. They would go in, a group of 6 or 7 of these social workers that were combat trained. Okay. They weren't fully combat trained, but they were combat trained enough to go in behind the U.S. Marshals and the FBI that were going with them. And pull and extract these children from these sex trafficking rings going on at the border again. Okay. Something they had completely stopped until the proclamation of Biden. All right. But she told the story of how the U.S. Marshals and the FBI got a phone call right before one of their extractions. Okay, and this is going to be hard for me to say, guys, but they were told to stand down. So her and her team decided they were going in anyway. All right, and they were going to get these children out of there. And a couple of the U.S. Marshals and one FBI agent, from what, if I remember correctly, from what she said, decided they were going to stay and go with her despite the stand down orders. Now, when the stand down orders came, it was fire and rescue, everything. Okay, I mean, these people were set up to go in and take these children out, extract these children out, and take these rings down. All right. So here it is, a group of mostly women going in to extract these kids. Okay, when they entered the first building, they created a plan real quick because the plan that they obviously had before wasn't going to work. Okay, because they mostly stay outside until the U.S. Marshals cleared them to come inside. But when they entered this building, she immediately got into a fight with a lady that did not want to be in there once they saw who they were. Okay, she ended up putting the temporary cuffs, the big zip straps, on this woman and dragging her out by the hair of her head, she said. And going back in, and the first kid she come to, well, first she said there was at least 27 kids already dead. Okay. Then she said she came to the first kid that she could come to, and he was struggling to breathe. And he was struggling to breathe because she found out sometime later that he'd been raped 4 or 5 times, and his age was between 4 and 5 years old. All right.
That's sick.
This is going on at our border, guys. And we cannot stand for it. We must unite. All right. The kid died in her arms because he'd been raped so much. At the age, he was at least 4 or 5 years old. She named the kid Angel, and she has kids of her own, but she vows to continue in the name of Angel and free as many kids. 27 kids total, 3 dead and 4 in critical condition. Thank you, Sarah. But you need to go find that video. I'll repost it for you. and watch that video because it is reality. All right. It's the wake up call without having to see the goriness of it all that America needs to see. Okay. That the world actually needs to see. And it was devastating just to hear the story told, let alone see it or be a part of it like she was.
Wow. That's heart-wrenching to listen to that, brother. Just heart-wrenching.
Rest in eternal peace, Angel.
We need to just send the military down there and close that border off altogether and start getting these people out of our country that are here illegally. It needs to stop. It needed never to start, but it's crazy what's going on. They're trafficking children, and all the gangs and the criminals across in Mexico are making billions of dollars off the United States. The money we spend in hotels every night, food, giving them money, flying them on planes to different cities and just dumping them. I mean, how can they let this continue and call this the United States? How can we do that? I have no answers for that. Because, good men are going to stand up and say, we can't take this no more. We're not allowing this no more. And if they don't step in soon, they're going to see a civil war. Them people in Texas don't play over there. They're ramped and ready to go, locked and loaded right now. All they want is the order to move. I'm telling you, they are. There's ex-Navy SEALs, there's ex-Special Forces down there that are ready to go to the border. All they got to do is ask them to arrive, or they might end up there without nobody asking them to come. It's ridiculous.
And I'm truly surprised that people have kept a lid on it and not taken matters into their own hands. Because that's one thing I think everybody can agree on. When you start messing with children, that's a whole different level.
That's what made all the other countries, Jeff, come together as one for Trump and capitulate to him, starting with Saudi Arabia. And then he went to 189 different countries, and they all capitulated because he threw it on the table. DVDs. Right. He threw all the pictures of the child trafficking, murder, and adrenochrome. He threw it on there. He says, either you capitulate and work with us, or we'll expose it all about your country. And it would start a civil war in every country. And all of them did. All of them did. People don't even realize that.
Yeah, no matter what, any country, what rips, whether it's racial, religious, I think that's pretty much a DMZ for everybody is when you start messing with kids.
Yeah,
that's a rough one to swallow.
That's,
Well, look at it like this. We talk about Texas. We do not know for sure if Abbott is clean and clear because he was real tight with the Bushes. Okay, and we know where that goes. So there's a lot of cleanup still to do. And the things that had to be cleaned up right now is like that story that was just told. Okay, the sick monsters have got to be stopped immediately. And that's right, Doug. And in order to do that, guys, we're going to have to unite and take some matters into our own hands, whether it is in the fashion of civil war and I'm not advocating for that, but we cannot continue to allow those things to happen. All right. So, how many of us is it going to take at our capitals tomorrow and the next day and the next day to get something heard so that something immediately happens and changes before civil war does break out? Because Texas ain't the only one with a large group of veterans ready to go. And the country is riddled with them, and they're all fighting mad.
Yeah.
I'm busy sending little idiots to mommy's basement.
Maybe
Abbott, some people are saying Some people are saying Abbott flipped, and so I mean we'll see, guys. But
Somebody put "I'm weak" in there. I'm weak when it comes to children getting murdered and raped. I'll show you how weak I am by sticking my AR-15 up your ass if I find you doing it.
all right.
All right, let's
I didn't
change.
mean, I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to drag us down like that, but guys, that's something that had to be said, and it has to be dealt with. We cannot no longer be a nation of it doesn't affect me, so therefore I'm going to choose to not see it.
It's what it is, you know. What we need to be concerned about right now is to keep our eyes on Arizona. It's where everything's going to start and end, guaranteed.
I think that's the first domino.
And I think they're really close to getting as much as they need. They don't need it to be 100%. You know, after you've seen 70 to 75% and everything looks the same, what do you really need to do after that? You know what I mean? You've got what it's going to be. It's the same way. It's the same thing when they call the elections. They get 30% of the votes and they just call them. That so-and-so won it. They won it in the past. Well,
Right.
if it's like that 75% of the time you're checking it through the forensic science, the other 25 is going to be the same or worse. Average it out and let's go with it. It's time to take our country back now. Now. We can-
Absolutely. It is now. And you know, there is thousands of lawyers, deep state lawyers, and thousands of, I don't know if there's thousands of deep staters over in Arizona to keep the word from getting out. I feel like they're already done. Everything you're seeing now is just the role they're having to play to keep it going until they can get it out. All right. But it's got to happen. And we need to show a force from the people in Arizona and ourselves there in Arizona to get the word out. Because we know, it's just like Doug said, it doesn't have to be 100%. It has to be enough to flip that state.
And they already got that 10 times over.
Yes, exactly. So it's time for it to make it lawful, make it a lawful matter. Okay, we got a state
like it's done naturally, not by the military. That's what they're trying to avoid, to bring the military in. They want it done the way through the court system it's supposed to, but we all know that the court system's all corrupt. All them courts are corrupt. So I just feel like there's no other way but the military is going to have to step in. And it's got to come soon because people are way on the edge.
Yeah. Once that gas hits $5 a gallon, and I mean, shit,
food's already gone up like crazy, Jeff. Went to the grocery store today. I said, man, this is $1 more than I paid and I was here a week ago. Meat's gone up. Chicken's gone up. Gas gone up.
Marissa Bacon.
What about her?
Time to send her on her way.
Okay, back to mommy's basement you go. No ice cream, no sprinkles. Get a real life. All right, next, just like a barbershop.
Guys, moderators, just so you know, a wonderful, wonderful lady from Texas called me last night and gave us specific instructions on how to take care of it. And Doug and I are getting together on Wednesday, and we're going to knock out the moderator situation so that it works like it's supposed to. And we will go forward from there. There's several other things that she was kind enough to help us out. We have a wonderful lady. I enjoy talking to her every minute, and I'm grateful for her and the phone call that she gave me.
We might be doing the show from North Carolina come Wednesday.
We are, most likely.
I'll be on the porch with my laptop. Yeah, I'm coming down to see Mike. We're going to do a little masterminding down there, see how we can improve things for you guys. Like I mentioned earlier, we rebuilding the website to where we can stream on it because right now it's just ugly. So we're going to fix it. I got a friend of mine that's going to rebuild it where we can StreamYard right to the website, just in case any of this gets interrupted. You'll be able to go to the Frog News Network and watch us on there. And we control our own content on there as well. You follow what I'm saying? We don't have to stream through this. We stream directly to the website.
Guys,
So
that's awesome, Doug. Streaming directly to our own website. We're not relying on other areas.
Yes. We don't have Big Brother to worry about at that point.
Right.
We can speak the truth.
Canada, look out tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one.
Man, we got Chris Sky coming on tomorrow. He is the Patriot Street Fighter from Canada. This guy is on fire, too. He is something else up there. I look forward to having him on the show tomorrow at 9:30. This guy, I don't know if they call him Patriots up there, but he's a warrior. That's what I'll call him. He is a warrior up in Canada for the people's rights up there. He knows all the laws in his head. He don't even have to look at a book. He can quote the law and how it's written. I mean, I watched him in a video at the airport. You don't have to wear a mask according to the parliament and this law, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you idiots, get out of line. You're waiting 2 hours for nothing. They said, just be quiet. We're going to let you right through the line, because he was right. They were waiting 2 hours in some cases to get vaccinated, to wear a mask to get on the plane. And he knew that was totally against the Newburgh Code and all that. He knew it all. He had it all in his head. He knows all this. So I'm really anxious to get him on tomorrow night and let us know about, because we have a lot of people from Canada on our show, and he's up there fighting his butt up for you guys. I'm letting you know right now, and you Canadians know that. Make a comment if you know who he is in the chat. Chris Sky up there in Canada. You guys know who he is? He is something big, I'm telling you, man. And we look forward to having him on tomorrow night. So you guys got anything else? We're about 1 hour and 16 minutes in.
How many's on with us?
13,000 people on one stream. If we had the other stream going, we probably about 18, 19,000 right now. We're trying to protect our channels. We're trying to protect our Frogonites to where we go on one channel one night and then we go on the other channel the next night. That way, if we take a hit, it ain't on both channels. A little war technology on their ass a little bit. You know what I mean? We're over target, but they ain't gonna hit both. They ain't gonna hit both our bombers. We gonna have 2 bombers. We're moving one out of the way, but so we don't get hit with fire. It's only the smart thing to do at this point. I'd like to thank my new girl for teaching me that little trick.
Somebody said in the comments, we have our first black woman president. No,
never happened.
Bob Marley's
She's
up there.
Anchor, baby. She'll never be president.
Look. Bob Marley's up there because she needs the calluses on her knees shined.
What y'all don't know, that's actually a man wearing a wig. I mean, when everything
did you catch what I said, Doug?
She needs to work the calluses off her knees. Well, that's how she got the real one, got to the top, because she spent so much time at the bottom.
I still can't get over them calling him Flashbang.
Flashbang and Bob Marley. And Flashbang is in the senior living center. Monkey Works kills me with that. He is a smart dude, and like I've always said, I believe he knows way more than he's going to tell anybody. And I believe they kind of they put the governor on him. You're not allowed to say but so much today. Don't say anything. Guess what? Don't even have a show today, because he is, he really knows who's on each, the helicopters, what kind of planes they use. He just knows. I mean, from the CIA to Homeland Security, what they fly generals on. He knows all of it, man. And it's just crazy, the amount of information he knows. So anyway, guys, we're going to be living back with the 1776 Constitution shortly. Hopefully wake up tomorrow and we hear some news about the banking system. It sure seemed like it'd be a good weekend for it to switch over if it did. I know that we had problems with Bank of America Saturday and part of the day Sunday. I don't know if it was all day Sunday, but I looked today and I seen people getting cash out of the bank. That doesn't mean they wouldn't put the same cash in and that we've been using to get out, and everything turns over to new denominations tomorrow. Do you know that when the things switch over, you're going to have redemption centers you bring your money to, and you get the new money. All the new money will be colored. It'll all have chips in it. You go rob the bank, they'll be at your house in a half hour. They'll know where your money's at. There's no more robbing the bank, you know.
No more dye bags.
Flashbang and Bob 2021 farewell tour en route.
Yeah, they're on the farewell tour. Things are going to start happening.
I think the more you hear true patriots crossing the line with the narrative that's opposite of what we are talking about, the truth all of us are talking about in the patriot truther movement, guys, the closer we are to seeing the stuff happen. Okay, actually seeing it happen. We may even see a surprise EBS here and there soon. Just so be ready, continue to pray. Like we're going to pray here in just a minute before we get off here. Doug, go ahead and give your spiel, brother.
Listen, I'd like a couple of shout outs. Tommy M, thank you for the donation. Shannon L, thank you for your donation. All right, here we go. If we just help one person understand what's going on in the world today, we just feel like we've done our job. Know this is a place you can come and share your ideas, your intel, good or bad, and not get criticized for it. Okay, guys, this is a place God wants us all to come together to find out what's actually going on in the world, because we can't trust the news on TV. This is where we get our news. We are the news now. So we love you guys, and we'll be on every night until this is over with. So Mike, hit us up with a prayer to say good night.
Everybody, let's bow our heads. This is dear Heavenly Father. We thank you for another glorious day in your honor. And we know it's your timing that these things are going to happen when you swipe your hand across the earth and the miracles take place in front of our very eyes, and the earth is changed forever, and the goodness of humanity and the evil is bound by its own self and is forced to leave the earth through your might. And we thank you for the grace and love and peace that you share with us. And Father, we ask that you reach into our hearts deep tonight and let us console through you about the children and the stuff that's going on with their children around the world and at our borders. Father, we ask that you touch each and every one of us in a way that only we know that it's you, and that we can rest and have peace in knowing that it's going to get taken care of in a timely and godly way. Dear Heavenly Father, it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Good show, guys. We had a great turnout tonight for a holiday weekend. You guys will be back again tomorrow night. Know that if there's breaking news, we'll just go live. Wednesday, you'll probably see me. We'll be doing the show from Mike's house down there in North Carolina. I'll bring my camera and one of my microphones, and we'll get it from there. But I look forward to coming down and sharing some time with Mike down there, doing some masterminding and figuring things out so you guys have a little better show. I'd like to thank Jeff for coming on tonight, man. You
Jeff,
always have great intel. Thank you so much, sir. And we'll see you tomorrow night, guys. We love you.